Data science versus IT.
Yep.
It shouldn't be a battle.
It shouldn't be a battle.
Local article that we're reading here.
Yeah, why? It is a battle. Like, what's going on inside? What's going on inside these businesses, Jason?
Well, data scientists, according to the article at CIO.com, data scientists are increasingly being asked to deliver business value, and they're being held accountable for the results. Given this reality, data science teams can't wait weeks for IT administrators to come up with the resources they need to develop proof of concepts and train artificial intelligence models. Yet too often, this is exactly what happens, leaving data scientists at odds with their IT departments.
Right. So the boss is coming in. The boss is like, I need an answer to this like right now. You guys are the ones that analyze data. And then the data science guys are like, well, where do you want us to get the data from? Our IT guys aren't buying it. Where's that collective of information coming to us? I'm like, there's a disparity between these two inter-office groups. There's no efficiency between that. So an easy solve would be just have the data science team just go buy the information.
Yes.
They just act as a buyer on the TARTLE marketplace, get the information they need, screw the IT department. Let's not wait on them. Let's be responsible for ourselves, and we'll get exactly what we need right now. Do that analysis, and in a 24-hour turnaround time, give it back to the boss.
Yeah, because we talked about this before, but I love the words business value.
Yeah.
They're being pressured for business value. That's a nice terminology for
data scientists.
Yes.
Their job is to analyze data, put it into a picture, or derive some sort of answer.
Right.
It's not for them to create the business value. They're there to process, analyze, and give you an output. The IT department needs to deliver on whatever's going on with the IT. They're two different job sets, but now people are trying to blend them. They seem as like the same thing. And that if the data scientists aren't producing some sort of answer, well, it's like, well, what the heck? Because now all these companies are becoming data-driven first.
Yes. Yeah.
So now the data science job is increasing, right? The IT guys are worried about security and what technology we're using. And the data science guys are like, well, we're analyzing stuff, trying to drive these answers for the business. It's totally changed. It's almost like the power spectrum has changed, right? And so
it's almost the sales versus marketing. Remember in the old day, in the old schools companies, there was always like, and I think this can kind of be because we've talked about silos in business before. And I think this leadership plays a big role in this and understanding this. Marketing gets sales, and sales help with the marketing.
Yeah.
You don't have a company if you don't have sales. You don't have a company if you don't have marketing. You don't have a company if you don't have data scientists nowadays.
You have to have them.
You have to have an IT department, because all the data that these data scientists are creating, if it gets uploaded to the cloud, what happens then?
Then what?
Yes.
The IT guys like, well, what about the security, all that stuff? Models are becoming more hybrid. Workplaces are becoming more decentralized. Jobs they're blending more. People have to be more dynamic. They can't be cut and dry like black and white.
No,
because then, you have bleed over. The scientists now are working on the business aspects, and vice versa.
I think that's why, as a leader, especially if you're a leader out there and you're looking at, maybe you're a data scientist and you're in the IT department or CIO or something like that, having the leadership ability to pull these people in a room, and I think Socrates had such a great way in teaching. When he would leave, he would do less talking and ask more questions, and then allow those in the room to be able to come up with the answer. Because if you put those heads of each of those departments and you put them in a room together and you say, here's the problem on a whiteboard, and then you ask questions for that, you're going to come up with the right answers, and they will begin to bridge each other. And like you said, it will create a hybrid model, and maybe there needs to be a liaison between the two. Well, but this is, to me, this is a leadership problem. That
CIO is that liaison.
Right.
He should be listening, translating, figuring out what's going on. And then he should be leading off of that.
Right.
But separating these groups and then putting the IT department at odds with data scientists, and then asking data scientists to step out of their realm and start working on business value. Understand this is what people do. And if there's going to be a hybrid approach, you need to respect that properly. Right. Rather than having these departments combat one another.
It's just the blame game.
That's all it is. It's just the article is just talking about one big inter-office blame game.
Right. Well, we can't do this. We're having to wait a week or two to do this. So we're ineffective, and we've got this, and we're waiting on, well, why haven't you produced anything? Because they said the big word was accountable. Yeah. So they're holding these data scientists accountable. So now they're turning around and blaming the IT department.
Yeah. So everyone's like, everyone's always trying to shift responsibility, right?
Once they become accountable.
You know what we say? If you're a company, start being responsible. Go buy your data from TARTLE.
Yes.
Be responsible in your data purchasing, analyze it responsibly, and then responsibly get your answers to the people that need them.
So if you want to purchase data from Tartle,
Yeah.
how would you do that?
You go to tartle.co, TARTLE.co. Okay. And you're going to get started. You're going to sign up as a buyer. And that's going to bring you to a totally different web platform. It's a lot like buying stocks.
Right.
And then you can choose specifically whatever it is you want to buy. You can create those data packets for that specific information just for you in that data analytics department.
So what if, Tartle's new and we have these early adopters coming in. Mm-hmm. So if they're wanting to purchase data and they're an early adopter, like, they're a company and they may be watching this, like, yeah, this is something I'm interested in. How is the early adopting phase? How is all that going for Tartle right now with them when they log in?
No, it's going pretty well. So as a buyer, right?
Right.
You're the one that's coming into the market and you're telling the sellers, hey, we're looking to buy information. Okay. And the creation of those data packs, those assets that the sellers of info are filling out, you got to tell them what to fill out, right? You got to say, hey, we're coming in. We got a new data packet. We want to do research on, heart disease. Okay. And we're looking to buy from 10,000 people here in the United States, age 55 plus, this sex, this gender, in this zip code. And you have the ability to do that on the Tartle marketplace. And what you find is that when you come in as a buyer and you create that data packet and you give people time to fill it out, the volume of those numbers are just going to increase and gives you a bigger pool of people to purchase from.
Plus, I think the beautiful part about it is you're not just purchasing lag data. You're purchasing data
purchasing data that's real time.
Yes.
It's always updated. It's always completely fresh. It's never historical data that, you project forward to assume that's going to happen in the future.
Right.
You remove the assumptions. You remove 70% of your hunch decision-making that you're doing in the office, right? Especially between departments. You start to move closer to perfect information. And with perfect information, you can make perfect decisions relatively.
Yeah. And I think that's the big key. And that's where I wanted people to understand, especially those that are out there in these departments. One, work on your leadership.
Yeah. One, work on leadership. And two, there are tools out there.
Yes.
Great tools that give you access to information where you guys can really get some beautiful answers. And if you're a data scientist, Tartle is like a gold mine for you.
Yes.
Because now you can analyze qualitative and quantitative data on human beings. Or even if a business wants to come in and sell their information. I mean, this is the most perfect place for you to come in and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this type of granular data existed. And there's no other place in the world to get it. And you can sign up for free. It doesn't cost your business anything. You can create your data packets for free. You only spend the money and pay for it when you want to buy it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and that's amazing to me. How does Tartle, and we'll close on this, how does Tartle help businesses?
How does it help a business?
Yeah.
Like I was trying to, say before, and maybe I talked about it too quick. Businesses operate on a hunch most of the time.
Yes.
It's a lot of guesswork. Or if they are an analytics first business, they use a lot of historical information and try and project it forward to make their decisions. So if you go to Tartle and you're using quality right down to second real-time information about behaviors, quantitative or qualitative,
right,
you have the perfect information for saying, this is our business problem or this is our business opportunity. What's our solve? You're going to know exactly what you need to do. Tartle removes all of that guesswork that you've been doing that you're so used to just operating on.
Well, everybody's projection reports are wrong anyways. I mean, if you did one in 2019 or 2020, you're all wrong because COVID just threw a wrench. It created a whole different dynamic and creates a whole different subset of data. Now you have an issue of, just look at online shopping.
Why do you think think about the obviousness of this? In 2019, we had reports saying this is what's going to happen in the next 6 years. What happened in 2020? They wrote new reports. Mm-hmm. Why? Because the old ones are outdated and they were untruthful. And they're always reporting and re-reporting because they're not getting good information. So if you as a business want good information, go get that good, sourceful, truthful, perfect information.
And 2021 is going to be a whole different data set. It's going to be once it gets opened back up again.
Yeah. Hold on a second. 5 seconds. A new data set.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Oh wait, and there's another new data set.
Another one. Yep.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
People change. You have to understand humanity in the way that how many variables and you could drive a Prius and still hunt.
Yeah.
There's people aren't.
You can't put things into a box. You and your business need to be flexible.
Yes, exactly.
Your mindset has to be flexible. Your operations have to be flexible. And as a leader, you have to be flexible.
Have to, especially nowadays.
No man steps in the same river twice.
No.
Somebody leave a comment. Tell me who said that. Thanks, everybody.